Morning all. Yeah, myself I'm Vijay. I hold like 17 plus years of experience, which includes like 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django based applications. So well versed in implementing different Python libraries, right? Like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, URL. So as part of today's demo, I'm going to cover the following topics, right? Yes. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes, Vijay, we can hear
Yes,
you.
sir.
Fine. Okay. And sorry for the delay. And why Python? So I'm going to discuss the following topics. Why Python? Who can learn Python? Means why Python? Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced, right? It's not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. Fine. So it was introduced in the year 1989, almost like more than 30 years ago it was introduced by, but why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom, right? The reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. And who can learn Python? Is there any prerequisites to learn Python? There is no prerequisites. Everyone can update with Python. Python statements look like normal English statements. The syntax is also provided by Python. Looks like normal English statements, simple syntaxes. And how Python was built, and how Python was derived, right? Python was built or derived, yes. By taking the features from different other programming languages and Python real-time applications. What kind of applications we can develop today by using Python? And Python usage, who are using Python today and which companies are using Python? Topmost applications built by using Python. Python comparison with other programming. Python comparison with other programming, right? And reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Python scope and job market. Okay, this is what I'm going to discuss, right? So starting with Python, why Python? I define Python in 5 lines. It's a general purpose programming, multi-programming features are included, high level language, interpreted language, user friendly programming language. General purpose, multi-programming, high level language, interpreted and user friendly programming language. Okay. General purpose programming, before Python we have got some languages like Pascal, Fortran, we have got some languages like Pascal. Pascal, Fortran and COBOL. This Pascal, Fortran and COBOL are purpose-based languages. They are used for specific purposes, not for all the purposes, right? Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, COBOL for business applications, right? So they are used for specific purposes. They are purpose-based languages. They are used for specific purposes. But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, Such a language we call it as general purpose programming language. So Python is such a kind of language where we can develop any kind of applications. Any kind of applications can be developed, right? Yes. Okay. So like using Python, like today, web applications, automation applications, networking applications, embedded applications, gaming applications, desktop applications, right? In this way, wide varieties of applications are developed by using Python. So widely used in the industry and even in different high-end technologies, Python is preferred as a implementation language, right? Like in data science, implementation in Python, in big data like Spark with Python, right? Yes. Multi-programming features, right? Multi-programming hybrid features, we see like hybrid features. High level language, Python is a high level language, right? Yes. High level language means like we have got low level languages and high level languages. So Python comes as low level languages. They are not human understandable, they are not portable, and they cannot be, there are platform dependent, right? So they cannot run on all the hardwares in all the operating systems. But high level language like Python, human understandable, portable, and can run on all the hardwares in all the operating systems, platform independent, right? So Python is an interpretation language, line by line execution we are going to see for Python. Just observe this, right? Interpretation language, right? Interpretation. Compilation means it executes the entire code at once. If you got 10 lines of code, it executes the entire code at once and it just displays the errors. Interpretation means line by line execution. It won't execute the entire code, line by line execution. If you got error in this code in the second line, it won't execute the remaining lines, right? So abnormal termination we say. So in Python we say interpretation, line by line execution, which makes debugging easy. But in other programming, right, like C or Java, right, compilation executes the entire code, it displays the errors. If any errors, like 6 errors or 5 errors, in which line the error has occurred, total errors it displays. But here, if any error occurred, it won't continue the execution of the remaining statements. And here, user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming, which provides simple syntaxes. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, right? The syntaxes of Python looks like normal English statements. General purpose, multi-programming, high-level, interpreted, user-friendly programming language, right? Yes. So who can learn Python? I said anybody who can update with Python. There is no prerequisites like C or Java. So the syntaxes of Python are simple as compared with other programming. We can update it. So everything will be discussing from the scratch ground level to the advanced level. Yes. How Python was built and how Python was derived means right. So Python, right? Python. Python has got features from multiple programming languages. It has taken features from multiple programming, right? Like procedural oriented, like from procedural oriented, it has taken the features. Example like C language, like object oriented programming, it has taken the features. Example like C++, Java, like scripting languages, right? Like scripting languages, like shell script, and like modular programming, right? Like modular 3. Procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting, and modular, right? Yes. Okay. So Python is a hybrid language. We say Python as a hybrid language because of this multi-programming features. We call Python as a hybrid language. Just like C language, just like C++, just like Java, like Modulo 3, we can develop many applications, right, using Python. And we can write many automation scripts using Python. So because of this multi-programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. So mostly used, right? Okay. Okay. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications we can develop today by using Python, right? So, so before that, right, like the topmost applications who are using Python today, right? One second. Who are using Python today, right? Who are using Python? Topmost applications. Topmost applications built using Python, who are using Python, and topmost applications built using Python, right? Yes. Okay. Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example for Python web applications. The first web crawling is written in Java, but later it was too difficult. It was implemented in Python. And Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service, right? YouTube using Python. Uber Uber using Python. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python. Instagram built by using Python. The prime reason for Instagram to choose for Python is its practicality and its multi-programming features. NASA using Python because of its hybrid features. So it is using Python in its research and development activities because you can use Python accordingly, hybrid features of Python. And some other applications which are built using Python, Quora, Reddit, MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Yes. NASA using Quora, Reddit, MMOG, massive multi Maya, a powerful 3D animation, right? A powerful 3D animation which uses Python scripting. For military and commercial applications, right? This Python is used. And companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing. So for hardware testing, right, Python is preferred. Like companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing. Netflix using Python. Netflix using Python for its security automation and for subscription purpose. It is using modules like NumPy and CP. BitTorrent using Python for its file sharing service. Right. Ironport email server, right? Ironport email server. It uses more than 1 million lines of Python code to its job. Okay. Okay. So these are some of the who are using Python today and topmost applications built by using Python. Who are using Python and topmost applications built by using Python, right? Yes. In this way, today, like Python mostly used in developing different types of applications, right? If I see that two major programming languages used in the industry currently for web applications or enterprise applications creations, Python and Java are the two, right? Python and Java and Python. So if we go back like 2010 or 2005, right? Or 2010, Java mostly used in the industry with 43% usage in the industry, right? At 2010, Python just 3% used. Python is 3% used. Okay. If you go back like means in 2010, even most of them are not aware that there is a programming language like Python. So Python was mostly, Java was mostly used. Later 2020, right? You can see like a lot of implementations in Python. So the Python usage has increased, like Python 31% used in the industry, and if you come to this Java, like just 19% used. The usage of Java 19. I'll just show you. I'll just open Google and show you, right? The graphs means currently what is the usage of Python, Java, C, C++, everything, right? So Python, the usage of Python has increased. Even if you see like in automations like data science, Python is the mostly preferred language. Java is never preferred in this data science, machine learning, deep learning environment. So totally today the talk of the town, right? Like data science, totally like machine learning, deep learning, total implementation in Python. Java is not preferred. Yes. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Okay, reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Very less coding, simple syntaxes. So very less coding we are going to see for Python, and simple syntaxes. Multi-programming features, hybrid features, right? What all the programming language features we got, everything we see in Python. What all the programming languages do, Python also can perform those applications, right? Multi-programming features, hybrid features, and interactive mode. Interactive mode, right? Yes. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. See just at the bottom command prompt cmd. Type Python, right? Type Python here, right? So here, if you type Python, you can see the Python version, Python interpreter gets open, right? X equal to 10, Y equal to 4, right? Any valid Python, what is X value, what is Y value, what is X into 2, what is X to the power of 2, right? 10 square. So this is multiplication, this is power. 10 into 220, 10 to the power of 2, 10 square. Okay. X equal to hello HELLO, right? And X into 3 prints hello for 3 times, X into 5 prints hello for 5 times, right? Okay. Okay. Quit, quit, right? Come out of this, right? In this way, any valid Python statements, you can interact statement by statement. Don't need to write the entire code. This kind of feature you cannot see in other programming languages, right? In C or Java, we cannot interact statement by statement. Interactive mode is not provided, right? So this is also one of the features, right, which makes Python super popular, interactive mode. And wide varieties of applications, wide varieties of applications wide varieties of applications can be created by using Python, like automation applications, web applications, gaming applications, animation applications, big data applications, like networking applications for testing, for desktop applications, for video and audio applications, right? I will brief you about all these applications one by one later in the next session, where it is used in big data, where it is used in data science, right? Where it is used within this networking applications, right? For networking, separately Python providing a framework like Twisted Python. And for gaming applications, Python providing like Pygame, PyCora, and some 3D rendering libraries like PySoy. And for data science, Python providing modules like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn, right? So in this way, for even for every database, Python is providing a module, right? So 89,300 inbuilt modules in Python, right? For various domains. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for various domains, using which we can perform the operation. No need to write huge codings, right? Yes. Very less coding, simple syntaxes, multi-programming, right? Yes. Okay. Inbuilt models means like many built-in libraries we see in Python. We no need to write huge codings. We have got built-in functions, built-in modules, and built-in classes. Okay. So for every domain, Python is providing a module, I said, for data science, for big data, for networking, testing, animations. So it has got models for every database. A model is available, right? So, and it's a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications can be developed using Python. So these are some of the reasons, right? Very less coding. Most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python because of its very less code, and simple syntaxes look like normal English statements. So I'll take a task and I'll compare Python code with other language code, right? And just check how simple Python statements as compared with other programming. Not even 1/4 coding. Interactive mode. Interactive mode, right? Yes. Wide varieties of applications. Okay. And just observe this, the scope of Python and the job market of Python currently, right? Yes, just type like popular coding language. Okay, popular coding language from last 2 3 years. Like see, top 10 programming languages, right? Python stands out for being a truly user friendly and easy to learn programming. Anybody can update with Python. There is no prerequisite. Next comes Java, JavaScript. Yes. Top 10 programming languages. Top 10 programming: Python, JavaScript, Java, the other things. So, yes, most popular programming language, Python stands first. Next comes Java, JavaScript, right there. So the most popular programming language is Python, like Java, right? Python stands first, mostly used. So ranking wise, if you can see, Python is #1 ranked programming currently, right? With a diversified number of applications. Python. So as compared with Java, I won't say Python is great always, but there are some limitations for Python, right? As compared, right? Java advantages over Python means Java is faster than Python. That is one. All kind of applications you can develop using Python, but one application like Python is very less used in mobile applications. You won't see any mobile symbol here, right? For Java, you can see this mobile symbol here, mobile applications. But if for Python, that is missing. And desktop applications, embedded applications, web applications can be created. All other applications except mobile applications, it's very less used. See, Python like stands first today, like more. And if you see the usage of Python currently as compared with other programming, you can see a big circle for Python, and Java 19%, Python 31%, C++ 9, C, all these programming languages, right? Python has okay. And if you see ranking by job openings, ranking by average salary, also Python stands first today, right? Okay, ranking, right? Ranking based on, so Python stands #1 ranked. Yes. Yes. So as part of this course content, right, you can just go through this course content, right, starting from the Python basics, like history of Python, applications, features, flavors, installations, Python operations, Python modes of execution, right, Python modes of execution, and operators in Python, like arithmetic, comparison, logical assignment, shorthand operators, bitwise, membership, and identity operators, Python IDEs. So in real time, we use different IDs for Python, like PyCharm, Anaconda, like the Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, right? Collections in Python, like list, tuple, sets, dictionaries, right? And Python lists, list indexing, list functions, list methods, uh, list methods like modifying list. So list properties, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, modifying lists. So similarly for tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in brief, different types of functions like lambda functions, reduce function, filter function, map function, different types of arguments, modules in Python. So I'll be discussing different models related to different environments. Some models related to operating system, some models related to graphics, some models related to mathematical operations, some models related to data science, some models related to regular expression, some related to multi-threading, some related to datetime, right? And how to get our own models in Python, different ways of importing, normal import from import, and package in Python, errors and exceptions in Python, exception handling in Python, error handling in Python, file handling, right? Yes, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, regular expressions, database access, Python datetime operating system module, right? Advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closer, decorator, GUI programming, right? Graphical user interface, Excel workbook, data analytics like Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, and introduction to data science, and some models related to that Pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib in brief, right? Nearly 30 this we will be discussing as part of this, right? So nearly 250 plus code examples will be discussed as part of this course, and sessions will be like interactive sessions. You will be kept in unmuted status. You can just ask queries and you will be responding with whatever statement I type. Every statement I type, you will be giving the response, what will be the expected result or output. Every session is video recorded. You will be getting the recorded of it. Clear notes will be provided topic wise, right? So if you've got any queries related to this Python, you can just go ahead with your queries, right?
Hello, sir. Others here.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, I have a question like, are we going to implement any project also apart from that?
See, one thing, one more, like Python, two categories of people who update for Python. Two categories of people will be updating for Python. See, observe. Python, right? Two categories. First category. So first category means their career won't be in Python, but they'll be using Python as implementation, like using within data science, using within big data, like for AWS, writing automation scripts in AWS, or in IoT, writing like automation scripts, or in robotics. So in different high-end technologies, they'll be using Python. The first category of people just updating Python and just going to implement this different high-end technology. Second category of people who wants to have a career in Python, those people need to go forward and need to update with Django framework for Python, right? So framework with Python, where you will see like MVT architecture, like implementation, like project implementation, right? Everything we see in this. Django implementation. Means how to create a project, how to create an application, how to start the server, and how to give the request, how to perform various operations, right? So in Django, I'll be discussing multiple applications, nearly 20 plus apps creation. I'll be showing you with a project. Django apps creations with the, I mean, one by one application means for Django, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 5. I'll be showing you applications creations. When the first application is done, second application, third application, stepwise, you'll be doing parallelly along with me. It's not like you'll be watching the session, right? You'll be, so that you will get that experience by doing that up. So in Django, but Python, I have divided into 3: Python core, Python advanced, and application oriented modules. Like the duration of Python, like nearly 70 hours I'm going to take for it. In-depth knowledge on this Python core, advanced, and application oriented modules. Okay. And for Django, I'll be also providing knowledge on HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript knowledge will be provided along freely for this Django who are preferring Django, right? For this, I'll be taking 50 hours. For this, 70 hours, combinedly 120 hours, right? If you want, you can go parallelly with Python and this HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. By the time you complete this, Python core will be completed. By the time you go for Django introduction, apps creations, then some of this advanced also will be completed. Parallelly, if you go, it takes 2.5 to 3 months, right? Otherwise, one after the other also you can prefer it to get in-depth knowledge on this Python. And I said 20 plus applications plus project. Yes, fine. So the second category of people who wants to have a career in Python need to compulsory go with Django. The other people, it's not required, right? If you want Python to be used for data science, big data, AWS, IoT, right? Who wants to just learn Python and just implement it in different high-end technologies, this Django is not preferred, right? Yes. I'll show you in different IDEs, right? In real time, we use like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, Atom, VS Code, right? So not in 1 or 2 IDs as others say. So I'll be showing you in more than 5 IDs how to download, how to install step by step. Even for some of the installations, I'll be asking you to do parallel along with me, step by step. If any error, you can share the screen. I'll check the errors and just say, continuing with the remaining part of the installations, right? Yes. Any more queries, right? Any other queries?
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, is Python good for cooperative programming?
Pardon? So Python is a kind of language which directly or indirectly you are going to touch in the software field, whatever domain you are from, whether you are a programmer or non-programmer, you are developer or administrator. For administrators also, today like you are going to write scripts, right? Previously you used to write in shell script. It's too complex, but today like using Python scripts, you are writing many scripts. And if you come to developer part also, Python used as a support language for most of the software engineers using Python as the support language. So you are going to touch Python in any software field, right? You see even high-end technologies today, the implementation in Python, right? Yes. And the usage of Python also increased. I was showed you the graphs, right? In coming days, you see much more applications creations using Python, right? Not only in applications creations, in implementing different domains. Right? How could you join Python and Django parallel? Django weekend classes are there, Saturdays and Sundays. 2 hours on Saturdays, 2 hours on Sundays, right? Django like HTML classes. In weekdays, you can go with Python. Weekends, you can go with that. Otherwise, any batch starts if you got means once you get registered, you can attend any of my batches of Django. Whenever it starts, you'll be intimated. You'll be having a WhatsApp group. Once you get enrolled in that group, you will be getting the posting. If you are interested, if you're okay with the timing, you can join the batch. Otherwise, next batch, any batches starts, it will be intimated. Or weekend batch or a regular batch, right? Any of the Django batch, you can attend parallel. And Django is a kind of framework which doesn't write huge codings. It's at a rapid speed we can develop a web application, everything taken care by Django framework. It has got its own database like SQLite 3. It has got its own application server. Everything pre-written code is already available, right? We don't need to write huge codings in that. So it looks very flexible in developing web applications. You may ask, from last 20-25 years, Java, .NET, all these are used, right? Okay.
So what will be the timing of the class or weekends class? So could you please brief on this?
Weekend classes, okay, mostly in the morning sessions, right?
So it will be only weekend class or a whole week classes also?
Which one, Django you're talking?
I'm talking about core Python basically
Python will be now the same timing, right? Yes.
complete week, right?
Yes, yes. And okay, so 1 second. For initially, once again, I'm saying the timing of this batch. For initially, for first 2 weeks, it will be at 8 a.m. in the morning. Later, it will be at 7 a.m. in the morning. Let me be clear. First 2 weeks, it will be at 8 a.m. Later, it will be into 7 a.m. Right? Because most of the students who are going for job holders and for college students, 7 a.m. is mostly preferred. So the demo sessions, so for first 10 days like that, it will be at 8 a.m. Right? Okay. Any other queries, right?
Sir, is there any upcoming batch for Django in weekend batch?
Okay, you can be in touch, right? Yes. Recently, some batches were started. So the next batch, okay, takes a little bit like 10 days or 2 weeks. Yeah. Any other queries, right? So fine. It's okay. So if I'm done with the queries, right, I will just sign off for today. Meet you tomorrow, same time, to see more on this, right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Fine.
Thank you, sir.